What is going on YouTube? I'm the White Guy. Today we're playing some MX vs ATV Reflex. We're checking out a track called Imogen, or not exactly sure how that's supposed to be pronounced. Sorry if I butchered your track's name, guy who made this, but it's a very, very good track. Let's just do a wheelie until we crash. Alright, let's go. It said, I think he said it was supposed to be inspired by BMX dirt jumps or sort of, which I guess I sort of see that, and I do see that. It's very well made track, and major points to the guy who made the track for making it, I guess, if that's a thing now I'm doing. It's just such a good track. I'm just gonna wheelie down there. There's this little step down thing to start. That's a pretty unique way to start it. I like that. Get some whoops, and this is where I guess you can sort of see the BMX jumps are gonna start coming into play, or at least it'll sort of look like a BMX track, I guess, maybe if you're a BMX person. But all of these jumps are just really well made. These step-ons, step-offs, all work and ride very smoothly. It's just a very high caliber track in my opinion. It looks really pretty, obviously, and it rides really nice. Like, I wasn't even in rhythm liner there and just got out of there pretty clean. This nice little dragon's back thing. I'm gonna just stop you there for style points. That's completely intentional, obviously. It's just this section, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know how you're supposed to do this the fast way. I guess I sort of got a good line through there. That's an interesting section. I also don't know if you're supposed to somehow rhythm through those, or if those are just really big rollers. But that's definitely a wall. It's just, this track is just very unique. I haven't seen anything like this in a while. And it's just a very good track. Let's see, let's take a left-hander. I believe you're gonna just kind of tap that. There's a big triple right here. And they're gonna step on, take the right side, step off down to here, and double there. There's a lot of line choice. Obviously, there's lots of different ruts you can take, and they're big enough so you don't have to worry about falling out of them. It's just a very good track. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I get in the brakes for this right here, or you will just blow that out and go way over off the track. It's just, it's one of my favorite tracks now. It's such a good track. There's a nice little triple right there, and you gotta slow up, tire tap that over some cargo containers. It's a nice little touch for some more aesthetic details and whatnot. It's a very well made track. It's almost like moguls or just something going on over there. I don't know what to call that. And this like hip transfer type thing there, little dog leg, wishbone, dog bend, whatever you want to call it thing. There's two lines you can take here. You can go with the high line like that if you're worried about your speed, I guess, and you want to make sure you make it up back onto that start platform to hit the step down that gives you come around. And I'll take the other line through there on the next lap to show you guys what the difference is. And why does this look like it's recording a very bad frame rate? This is interesting right now. Like, it's playing smoothly, but if I look over to my monitor where I've got the recording preview up, it looks like it's recording at like 10 frames a second. That's bothering me a bit. I guess I'll figure that out later, or look at it later. But it's just such a good track. There's just nice little dragons back here. You can just kind of knock that out. You step over onto this, and I guess you got. This section's really hard to do quickly. You can gain or lose a lot of time here, I imagine. I think you want to go wide there, maybe. And I guess you just have to hit these like they're rollers. I don't know what the fast way through there is. Definitely get on the brakes with this wall low. Land down it. There we go. Back on the gas and scrub the double. Braking bumps to the inside this time. We'll take this line, which again, you just nail that triple. Let's throw a little taunt. Step on. We'll get this way. Step off, step on. Those just ride really smoothly. Very well done. Take the middle outside line. I changed my mind that time. Go over there, double, just single that, I guess, and then we'll just roll into this thing and hopefully, no, we're gonna case that. Nice. Jump to the outside this time. Jump right into the berm, step down, right back into the action. This is just such a good track. I can't explain this. Let's try and land this no-handed. Boom. See, that's how you know this. You know the track is smooth when you can land jumps no-handed. That's how you can tell how smooth the track is. If you can land jumps no-handed, if you can just land the triples and roll away from it without holding onto the bars, then that's a good jump. Or it's a very smooth one, at least. Let's throw out a really ridiculous scrub right there. Oh, that's fun. This track is so well made. Here, let's see if we can ride this out. Yeah, look at that. See how smooth it is? You see how smooth that is? You can just ride out no-handed. But anyway, what I was saying here is there's the two lines. You can take the high line if you're worried about your speed, you might not make it, or if you're going fast, you want to take the low line. The low line will definitely be the faster way if you have enough speed carried into it for that line to work. And it's just such a good track. I can't get over how great this is. It's just genuinely a fun track to ride around. And I think this is going to have a good place to stay in my game for quite a while. If you're going faster there, I guess you could you could like step down double, if that makes sense. Like you'd step off, double, and then the second one, instead of just hitting a single step down. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. Alright, so we're going to hit that, cut into the right. You gotta try and like jump there, I guess. I still can't, I don't know what to make of this section. It's just so different. I guess just slow up and roll them all. I don't know what to do with this. It's just, I just don't know. Definitely gotta backflip the wall though, because it's just, that's how you do. And watch that yellow tire. I also like how there's not, he just used like some white chalk lines, so to speak, to mark the edge of the track. For most of them, there's a couple of yellow tires that are sunk into the ground occasionally, instead of just having tough blocks laying all over the place. I personally think this looks a lot better like this, and there's not just tough blocks and much other objects crammed all over the place. He has the dent, like the, if like object density makes sense to most of you people watching, he doesn't have objects crammed in everywhere. Just they're spaced out enough for it to look like just a good track out in the woods. That was a nice little bulldozer right there too. It's just, it looks really good. He did a very good job placing everything, so it looks like something that could happen. I like that barbed wire right there. That barbed wire adds a nice feel to it, and like the tire tapping over these containers is just, it's a unique thing. I hadn't seen it done before. It just looks really nice, and it's really cool to have in a track. I don't know what else to say. It's just very, very well made. Try and throw like an alley-oop 360 over that. That was not meant to happen, so we'll hit this one and then try and take the short... Oh wait, there's no short line there, I lied. Alright, so this, we're gonna get the low line. You have to have a lot more speed for this, because if you don't, you'll just case it, but that seems to be the faster way to go about hitting this. Definitely by taking the low line if you don't go outside the track like I just did there. I like those little whoops right there, it's nice. You can like step on, step off that, or you can just launch over it and double or triple it. I don't know if that would be a double or triple. Careful with that wheelie there, let's keep that under control. And that's what I mean, from up there you could either step down into this little dip I'm in right now, or if you get enough speed built up you could land down on the downside of that and have a lot more speed to come into this, which I guess you'd still have to get on the brakes for to hit the triple there. It's just, there's so many different ways you can go about hitting this track, there's so many different line choices. I feel like this would work out just as well on a 250 as a 450 if you are so inclined, or a 125 if you are so inclined. It's just, it's a very well put together track, and I don't know if it's this guy's first track or not, and I feel bad because I forgot the guy's name, but this is truly an incredible track to... I like how there's not even like a huge finish line there, it's just, that's where it ends. It doesn't feel like it's a professionally made, sponsored event. It feels like just a track out in the woods, and it's nice. I like the general feel this track seems to be putting off, if that's a thing that can be described, I guess. I can't tell if that makes sense or not. Not sure, but I just botched that line horribly. Alright, we'll try and get one fast lap. Let's do some first person, actually. I changed my mind. We're gonna do first person lap for this one. Charge through there. Oh, that is a big jump. Just air it on over. There we go. Brakes. You gotta get on the brakes early for that jump, or you will go flying off the track. Alright, there we go. Easy triple. Slow up. It does a very aggressive tire tap, but if you go too quickly there, I don't think you'll make it. You gotta get just the right speed. Not too fast, not too slow. And cut that. Oh, we hit the tire. Go for the front flip. That was a miserable attempt at a front flip. Oh, there's like, I didn't notice that. There's like logs down there. You're jumping over a fallen tree around there. That's pretty cool. It's little details like that I appreciate, and it just makes the track that much better. Throw a taunt out over that. There we go. Take the low line this time. Outgoing off the track, that seems to be the way to go. Alright, let's get to do some more whoops, and see if you can launch over this. Nope, you guys still tap that bit. And take the inside. Step on. Okay, no, I guess you can't really double that down. Maybe not. I lied. Jump all the way across to the inside here, though. And then we'll cut to the outside. I lied. Just single that, and hopefully get on the gas with this dragon's back. Made it. There we go. That was nice. I like cutting this inside line there. I feel like the outside... I should have tried hitting this side from the outside, because there might be a faster line there. I think I'm starting to figure this section out, though. So you gotta, like, double down to here. Maybe you can double that if you can somehow stretch that out. I don't know. Throw a scrub over the finish line. There we go. Thank you all for watching. Thank you very much for making tracks. That's a really good track. Shout out to my wheelie at the start there. Very, very good track. I suggest you guys go check this out. If you want more Reflex or whatever, subscribe for this. Maybe you want some more other stuff. I don't know. I'll have stuff coming up in the future. It should be pretty cool. Thanks for watching, and stay sexy as always after I back up the wall there.